Hi and welcome to Eclipse tutorial of an object-oriented program using inheritance. So let me start by resetting the whole system. There we go, and we can always add the amount of item that we want. Let's go for 9 and maybe 7 of those and 8 of those. And ice cream, do we want ice cream? Yeah, we want vanilla cone as well. There we go. All you just need to do is click on total, and there we go. The cost of fruit, the cost of wine, and the cost of ice cream. And here we have the total, subtotal, and final total. So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into Eclipse development environment, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. Hi and welcome to Java Eclipse tutorial using object-oriented techniques with inheritance. I'm going to start by clicking OK. Okay, now the application is ready. I'm going to select File, New Project, and let's select Java Project. I'm going to give my project a name. Let's just call it OO_inheritance. There, that's going to be the name of my project. Now let's click on next. There's nothing there, so let's just click on finish. I believe that is ready, so let's go to OO inheritance right here. There we go. Right click on it, and let's go into new and select order. Right in here, once you guys see this dialog box, let's select window builder. That is it right there, and drop it down. Select swing designer. Inside the swing designer, let's select window application or application window and click on next. Now let's give our OO inheritance name. OO_inheritance. That would be the name of my project. Just copy that. Let's change that to inheritance. And right here, there, and click on finish. There we go. Now the development environment, let's go in there and see what we have. There we go. That's the form or the frame. That's how the frame looks like. I'm going to go straight into the source. That's the size of it. I'm going to change this coordinate because 100 by 100 is somewhere here, so I'm going to change that to 0 by 0. 0 coordinate, and the width I'm going to change that to 1380 by 800. There we go. There. And now let's go to the form, and that's what you guys will see. Now the next thing we would like to do is let's make sure the form is selected. Go straight to the palette. Once the palette is selected, let's click on absolute layer. Select that and come right in here and click there. So the form is now absolute layer. Now the other thing I would like to do is let's look for the title. So on the title, I'm just going to call it object oriented. With or using inheritance. Let's say using inheritance. There we go, and that is it right there. Object oriented using inheritance. The next thing I would like to do is to copy this jpanel and paste that right there. Once jpanel is selected, we want to now carry out one or two changes. You see the border? I'm going to change that border to, let's give it a title. No, let's just leave it as line border, and I'm going to make that approximately 12. click on OK. Move it right up there. Something that much. Okay, I'm now going to copy this, so just paste it in here. It's going to be one here, another one, and we need about 4 of those. One thing I like to do is just click on this and just drag it that much. Let's collapse this for some time, and we can always come back to it and let's extend it right now. Let's grab a label, paste the label right in there, and change the content of that very label to, let's change it to OO, or maybe we just call it object oriented using inheritance. Let's come in here and just change that to object oriented using inheritance. There. Okay, let's increase the size of this, and let's come in here and just change the size maybe to about 60 or whatever, and make that bold. Okay, that is fine. Yeah, and I'm gonna get it centered. Let's go back in there and just look for horizontal alignment and get it centered. Okay, there. Okay, one other thing is, let's enter a border to that. Let's see how that's gonna look like. And in here I'm just gonna copy the border, just copy that, and let's go straight into, okay, let's select that and come straight to the code right there. There we go, that's the code. So that will be, let's paste that in there and just copy this and paste it there. Right, that's the border sorted. I'll change the size of that. Let's go for about 8 and back in there. Okay, I can always increase this and bring this down a little bit. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, let's add another J label. Just click in and paste it right in there, and let's go to the icon of that very J label. Click on the icon, and I'm going to go to absolute part, browse to wherever this icon might be, and there we go. That's my icon. I'm just going to click on that and paste it right on. Yeah, that's fine. And let's delete the content we have in there, the text content. Get rid of that. Alright, that's fine. And let's copy this across. Right, okay, we have our logo in place, everything is ready, so move this down. And let's just drag this down much. There. Okay, the next thing we want to do is to add some labels here. More labels. Okay, let's change this border of this label, or the font size really, and change that to maybe about 16 bold, or 20 even, 20. We can always change it back. And we need a couple of these, so let's change this to, let's change the name of these to Apple. Okay, copy that, paste, and this will become, let's come down here and just change this to banana. Now let's add a text field. Alright, test field there. I think that test field maybe we can just copy that across, but one thing first, let's change the font size. And just copy another one. Okay, what I'll do now is just speed up the design of the interface, then I'll get back to you. All I just need is to add more labels and text box anyway. Okay, this is how the whole system looks now. Just need to rename it properly, that's all that is left. So let's come in here and just change that to fruit, and here we're going to change that to wine. Let's change this to, we'll call this vanilla. Vanilla milkshake. Right, that's for that. And this one we don't really need it. Okay, and right down here we change this to milkshake. Okay, so let's just speed that up as well. Okay guys, this is how it looks now. So all we then need to do is to create the parent class and the child class. So let's do that now guys. Okay, since this is an object oriented, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this for now, and we'll come right in here, and I'm going to declare the following. Let's create two classes in here inside the inheritance itself. So I'm going to right click and let's select new, and let's call that class. Let's select the class and I'm going to give that a name. I'm going to call it, let's just call it parent underscore inheritance, because I like it to inherit from the other. Okay, right, and I will create another one. Let's create another class. This other class, I'm going to call that child inheritance. Let's go back in there and right click, new, and create another class, and that class is going to be called child inheritance. Let's go for child right there. Click on finish. Okay, I'm going to now go back to the parent inheritance class itself right there, and I'll declare the following. So let's add the following data type: public, double, apple. There, that's my first declaration. So let me copy that, and the other one is going to be, let's go for banana. Yeah, and let's go for maybe cherry, and let's go for the next one, grape. Right, and just speed that up anyway. And right there guys, those are all the data type that I need for this project. And the next thing is, let me create the price for each of these items. So let's start with, I think maybe the apple. So come right here and just enter public, double, P, that stands for the price of an apple there, and let's say public, double, P, that stands for banana, there, and so on. Okay. Okay, right there I have the price for each of the items right there, and this one, let's just include the price of that. Let's make that £1 something, and this one, let's include the price of that as well. There, right, so all done. And these very ones I'm going to be using, I'm going to use that within the method, so let's cut them off and just bring it right down. Okay, I think arrange them separately, and that of tag. So those are the data type I intend to use. Right, the next thing we want to do now is I'm going to have to create a method. So the whole idea of this method is to carry out the calculation for each of these items that I have here. Like I have 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, there's 3 different items here. These are fruit, wine, and this is like milkshake and so on. So I'm going to come in here, right down here. Let's create a method. We call that public. Let's just copy that, public double, yeah, public double. Let's call it get amount, and right in there let's enter curly braces here. Come right down here so that you guys can see what's happening. Okay, now the first thing is, let's call that item cost 1. Item cost 1 will be equals to apple plus banana plus cherry plus, that will be grape, and we have mango as well. Then I also have orange. There. And enter and correct this one. Yeah, that is fine. And that is for all of these up here. I've just added them all up. Okay. The next thing is, let's enter the price for the other one. So let's copy this and then just speed that up. Alright, that's the price for the cost of the third item taken care of, the third different types of item taken care of. So now I'm just going to add up the 3, paste that in there. That means equals first item plus second item plus third item plus and there. So we can change that to number 3 items, number 2, and finally let's see to return. That will be the very first item right there, and if you notice, this error is gone. Without the return, let me show you what's going to happen. The error will be back. Okay, only if it's void, but it's not. I want it to return a value. Okay, that is the method that carry out the calculation for each of my purchase there. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is, maybe I should just take care of, let's take care of the exit first. So with the exit, what I'm going to do first is, let me declare a variable up here. So right up here, let's just paste that in there. That'll be my variable for the exit. And let's come down in here. So I'm going to create a method for that. So the method is just to from the user to confirm if they want to exit or not. So let's start by entering. Let's go for public void, because it's not returning any value. Public void. Let's move this down so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Public void I exit.
Right.
So that's going to be public void I exit. I exit system, and let's enter curly braces there. And within the system, I'm going to call, let's create an object. Frame equals new frame, and that new frame is JFrame. There. Okay, now let's use an if statement. If J option line dot, let's go for show confirm dialog, and that dialog happens to be the frame right there. And in here, let's just go for confirm if you want to exit. Close that. Alright, let's enter a comma right there, and let's call it OO inheritance. Space inheritance, because it's all about inheritance. That's what I'm calling my program, OO inheritance. Right, now come in here, enter a comma, and let's just copy this. I want the message box to display as follows. Let's press enter. Right, now in here, J option dot yes or no. Dot yes or no option. Let's go for equals J option dot yes no option. Right, and right there, let's just open a curly bracket and say system dot exit. So if the selection is yes, then the system will exit. That is mine, and that is for the exit, the method for the exit. Have a good look at it. So let me go inside the code and just call this very method before we carry out the rest of the calculations. Come right in here and let's click on, yeah, I think that's it. Let's collapse that. Now open this back and come right here. You see the exit, this very exit. There's no exit. Right, I need to create an exit button then. Okay, so let's do something else with this. Reduce that, reduce this as well, and we need a reset and exit. Okay, so let's move this here. Let's copy it like that, and I'm going to copy this very one. I'll copy them both. What is the size? Let's see the size so that we get it all right. The width of this is what? Okay, it doesn't really matter anyway. Let's just assume and copy both. Copy and paste. Right. Yeah, so one, this will be exit. Let's call that BT. Now let's change that to BTN reset, and the text content on it will be reset. And here that will be my exit. come right now here, change this to btn exit. Alright, okay, that's that done. So right click on it and select add event, and this is going to be action perform. Click. Right in here we have to create an object. The object I want to create, I like it to actually inherit it. I want the child to inherit all the properties of the parent. So to achieve that, the first thing I need to do is to call the parent. So I'm going to copy the parent name and come right inside the child there, space, just say extend that. That's all. I've just called the parent. So is the child that I'm going to create an object for now. So I'll come right in here. Let's create an object. This object will be called QExit. QExit equals new. There. That's it. I've now created an instance of that child. Okay. So that's the object created. So now let's come in here. We say QExit dot. We now need our class here. Where is it? There we go. There. That is the name of the method that I've just called. Okay. So I've called that method within the parent. This is the method, if you guys can still recall. Okay. And because the child inherited all of the properties of the parent, that is why the object that was created was for the child. And that's all there is to it with the exit. So let's run the program and try out the exit. Yeah, let's run it. Okay, try out the exit button. Click on that. There we go, guys. You see the exit is working. No, I don't want to exit. And yes, I would like to exit. You see how it works? So that is fine. Now in here, why do I have tag subtotal? I don't know. So I'm going to get rid of that. That was an error really. So let's exit and come right here. I'm going to delete this. Delete this as well. This is supposed to be right up here. And drag it that much. This will be right underneath here. I think that was what I was meant to do. There. Okay, and here, that's where the tags was supposed to be. As for tags, this is for subtotal. And right in here, I have total. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah. Okay. Now that that is sorted, the next thing we want to do now is let's go back into the parent there. Just need to create 2 more or 1 more. Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 more objects. No, 3 more method. Okay, the first method that I would like to have a look at now is going to be that of the tag. So I'm going to call it, let's say, public double my tags equals 0.9. okay, that's the tax rate. Anything more than that. Okay, now let's come right down, just say double public double find tags of C find tags, and that's going to be double C C amount. Right there. Enter curly braces there and bring it down. And in here, that's where I'm going to carry out all the calculation for the tax. So I'm going to enter double, declare a variable that I'm going to call find tax equals C amount. You minus that from C amount, multiply by MC tax. There. Now I need to return a value. Return something. Let's call it find tax and enter a semicolon there. So that is what I'm going to use for my tax calculation. Okay, the other thing that we can do is to actually work out this very tax. You see this one, just work it out right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all of this, copy all of that, and I'll paste it right underneath here. Let me enter a broken line there and bring it right down. Just paste that in there, and I'll just call it get tax. And right here, get rid of all of this. I don't need any of them. And this is off. And let's come in here. I need to check out the name of the tax. The R right there. There we go. I'm going to copy that. That is my data member or variable that was declared. Paste that in here and paste that in here as well. And right here, I want to say equals find tax, C find tax, open a bracket and just enter this in there. So that take care of the tax itself, so I don't have to do anything when we are back into our program. So this is a very good way to modularize the coding of everything, just make it more neater. So the tax calculation is right here. Tax calculation. And this is also for tax anyway, so paste this right there. Now that is done for both. The next thing I like to do is to prevent the end user from entering characters, so I'm going to call that numbers only. I'll come right down here. So let's start by going for public. We're going to have to void it because it's not returning any value. All it just do is to prevent the user from entering numbers, entering characters. So all of the text box we have to inherit this because they will only accept just numbers, no characters. Okay, that will be the event is key events. That's the event I intend to use, and that will be event. So come right down here. Let's enter curly braces there, and in here I'm going to declare, let's say child I number equals event get key character there. Now if not character, dot digit is digit number, or number, let's say I number equals equals key, now the key event. Yes, this is supposed to compare. Okay, key event dot, let's go for vk back, okay, underscore back, backspace, vk underscore backspace, this very one. Yeah, let's say all. Just gonna copy all of these and this will be delete. So in that case, this is what I want you to do. I would like you to event dot consume. There. Okay, let's close all of this bracket. Come in here, paste one here, and I think there's one missing here as well. There we go. There. So these few lines of codes will actually prevent the end user from entering just any character. Only numbers are allowed. Alright, just numbers, no characters. Now the next thing is, since that is done, okay, now let's go into our interface here, and I'm going to double click on this one, total. So I mean right click on it and let's select action, perform. There we go. And right here, the first thing I would like to do is, let's create this. Let me copy this child inheritance, this child that actually inherited the property of our parents. So I'm going to call that cost underscore of underscore items. Cost of items equals new child inheritance. There. The next thing I'll do is let's declare another variable. So that will be tax variable subtotal and variable total I total. There. Those are all the variables that I need, apart from the string one that we will declare later on. So let's now assign every single cost. Okay, now come in here, cost of item dot apple, this very one, equals cost of item dot the price of apple, and we will then multiply that by how many apple that is entered inside the text box, dot this, and that will be, and that's going to be, let's call it, that will be jtxe apple dot get text. Right, that's that done. So the other one is going to be banana. So let me copy this, copy that and paste it right here, and one more. Then this is going to be banana. That's B for banana, paste, and the other one is the price of banana, and this is banana there, and this is meant to be shared. Right, let's copy that, paste that in here, and this is share as well. So that's how it's going to be taken care of. So I'm just gonna speed that up now, and there we go, guys, right there. Those are the lines of code. So whatever amount of item you enter in here is multiplied by the price and then stored right in here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is let's add up everything. So let's go for I subtotal equals cost of item. As the cost of item dot get. If you guys can still recall the method that was created earlier to calculate, to add up everything right here, this very method. That is it. I've just called it now. Okay, that's it, just called in there. The other method that I'm going to call now is that of tax. So let's come in here. Let's say I tax equals cost of item, which is the instant that was created, dot get tax. There we go. There. So we don't have to work out tax in here because it's already worked out inside the parent. Let me show it to you guys one more time. Right here. This is where I carried out all the calculation for the tax. Okay, now back in here. The next thing we need to do now is I'm going to add up those two to get a total. I total equals subtotal plus I tax. I subtotal plus I tax. And there we go. Now that is taken care of, we now need to assign all of those, or to output all of those. So but we have to declare a variable, so I'm going to call that subtotal string subtotal equals, we might as well just format it to £sign here as format string, and what are we formatting it to is going to be £sign, enter percentage dot to decimal place. Right, what do we want to format? That would be I subtotal. There. Close that. That is that done. We now have to add this onto the output. That's the text box. So that text box is called j.txt subtotal dot get, and what are we getting is going to be subtotal. There, that is that done. We have to do it like this because it only accepts strings. So it's not a get, it's a set. Sorry, there we go. Now we need to do that of tax. Paste that there. This will be tax, and let's change this variable to tax. The content in here become I tax, and this becomes tax. There, that's the tax taken care of. Now total, this will be total, and this is called txt total. This is total here, and this is I total. Total also taken care of. Alright, all of that is done apart from these other three here. Let me show it to you guys. Okay, here I just intend to display the cost of just fruit, the cost of wine, and the cost of That's the cost of ice cream. So let's run it first, then you guys see that this will be the only one that's not doing anything. So if let's say we enter 4 in there, we have to enter something in all, or else there will be error because we haven't written out the code for the rest. And if we click on total here, there we go, we get the total of everything, even the taxes included, everything. Right, so all we then need to do now is output the value in here, and all of these, instead of just doing some other things, I can just add 0 to them anyway. Okay, let's come back in here, come in here, sorry, we'll go straight into my right click and select that action perform event area and come right down here. Right underneath here, we just need to display the price of those each item. So copy and paste. So the first one will be, let's say, string. That will be the cost. It's a string. Let's make that I fruit. Okay, fruit equals, convert that to string. Okay, let's just copy, paste, and this will become, let's go for this, copy that and paste this in here. That will be dot I cost of item number 1. There we go. That's for the fruit. Now j txt fruit dot set equals dot set text equals I fruits. There we go. The very first one is taken care of. What is the name of that code? Let's go back in there. Let's comment this out for now. I'm coming here. What is it called? It's called fruits. Oh, with an S. Okay, let's get rid of the S. There. This one and that one. Alright. Okay then, let's go back in there. We're going to have to right click and select the action area. Alright, I've got rid of that. Okay, the next one is going to be this. So I'm just going to copy all of these. Copy that. And the variable for that will be y. Let's just call it y. I1, and this is going to be 2, and the content in here will be 1. Okay, and change this to y. I1. Right, and finally the last one, I think that is called ice cream. Ice cream. And this one, let's change this one to ice cream. The variable is ice cream, and here item, cost of item number 3. There we go. That is it. All done. All done. Okay, have a good look at the calculation code for total. So let's take it to the top. So those are the lines of code for total. Okay, bring it down so that you can see it. And there you go, guys. That's it for the total. Alright, so let's come into the design view area right here. I think this is it. Yeah, click on that. So all of these I'm just going to add 0 to them. So come right, let's select it all. Let's see, I think I have it in here. Let's enter 0 and let's align it. Let's go right. No, center. Align center. I think that might be good. Yeah, I'm going to repeat that for these ones as well. Just add zeros for them and align center as well. There we go. So if I run the system now, this is how it's going to look like. Alright, and let's say we have 3 there, 3 or 4 over there, okay, 5 here, and 3, 7, 8. We want 4 of those, and 4 of those. If we click on total, there we go, guys. You can see the cost of the fruit, the cost of wine, the cost of ice cream, everything added up here with the tax, and that is what we get. Okay, that is fine. The other thing left is for us to be able to reset. The reset is not working yet. Okay, we just need to take care of the reset and to prevent this from accepting characters. So let's right click and come to enter. In this case we need to use key type. Click on that, and right in here we have to declare, yeah, that's the child. Let's come in here, copy the child, and copy the child details and paste that in here, and we're just going to call it just numbers equals new child. There. And what I want to call is just numbers dot, I think it's called number only. There we go, that is it, numbers only, and I think it's going to be that, right? That's the argument is 0. So that is for just numbers. Okay, so the apple area is in the apple area. If I copy this now, and I can repeat the same thing for the others. So let's come into the next one. The next one is going to be banana. Right click on the banana, let's select add event, and this event is going to be key type. This key type, come right down here, press enter, paste that in there. Okay, in the case of this, that is just E, so I'm going to change that to E. Sometimes it varies, I don't know why. Okay, now Sherry, key type, select the key type, come right inside Sherry, paste that in there, and change this one to E as well. Alright, that's Cherry. Now we need to repeat the same thing, exactly the same thing for grape. Right click, key type, the event is key type, and right in here let's paste. Okay, well, that must have been an error. Okay, then that's fine. So what I'll do is I'm going to speed up the rest. Since you guys get the whole idea, let's just speed that up to save time. Okay, let's speed it up. Okay, I've completed the lines of code, so all that's left for us now is just to try it out. So let's grab that and try to enter characters. You see that nothing is happening, but we can enter number value in there, the same thing this. Okay, so that's taken care of. Alright, let's close that. We can add that up, but we cannot reset. So to take care of the reset, let's go into the reset area of it. Right click reset and select that. And the first thing is going to be JTXT fruit dot set text and make it null. Right, so that's for fruit. Copy that, and this is going to be, let's say that it's wine. Here we have ice cream. Then let's say we have tax, we have subtotal, and we have a subtotal lowercase, and we have total. And let's speed that up now. And there we go, guys. Those are the lines of code for reset taken care of now. Alright, let's run it and see. But instead of that, let's change it all to 0. Really, let's cancel it. We'll change it all to 0 because we have a value in there. Yeah, let's change it all to 0 instead of just clear. Now this can be nil, that is fine for those, but these ones must be zeros. I think we need to speed this up. Let me speed that up. And there we go. That's it, guys, all done. So all we need to do now is let's try it out and see. So if we enter any value in there, and we enter something here, let's go for more wine, maybe 3 of those, and click on total. There we go. Yeah, reset there. Okay, you see how that works, guys. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this program. I suppose you guys enjoyed. Please do subscribe, and you all have a nice day now, and bye for now. Maybe in the next tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys how to do something to do with polymorphism. And that's it, guys. So I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. Bye for now.